Hey guys, RedPandaMining here. Hope you're doing well. Having a really great day this video. Alright, I have something really cool to show you guys. I just received this S21 Slim. This is meant to be a home Bitcoin miner that is able to run on 120 volt, and it is 3D printed, custom made all around its stock Bitmain Antminer S21 shell. You guys can probably tell. I love the 3D printed red here and two 120mm fans on the front. Normally a Bitmain Antminer S21 has the power supply on its side here, but this has been fully custom made to be able to use this at home. So thank you to 805Mining for sending this unit to me. If you guys are interested in one of these, go check out their website. I'll have it linked down below to 805mining.com. You guys probably saw about, I don't know, 9 or 10 months ago, I did review one of these S19K Pro Slims. And a lot of people loved this unit because it was able to achieve a good amount of hash rate and also be efficient as well, and mainly cost effective. But now we have the next version up, the S21 Slim. Okay, this is really cool actually, and we're gonna test it out in today's video here. So current specs of this, well, the power consumption ranges from, I think, between 400 and 1800 watts. So there is a lot of customizability with this thing, and just, I guess, different overclock, so you can undervolt it as well. You can run it as efficient as possible because it is on the Bitmain Antminer S21 chips. And you can actually see here, the reason why they call it slim is because it does have an Antminer S21 hashboard right inside there. Okay, so this is what it's running. It's not running 3, which is what they normally have. It's running 1. And then it has the control board on the side here, and then it has a new 120 volt capable power supply here. Looks like there's a fan there as well, which is nice. So there's the plug-in just for a typical NEMA plug you can plug into your wall at home. So this is meant for a home Bitcoin miner. Whether you want to solo mine or pool mine with this thing, you can earn sats that way. Okay, so I'm going into this blind. I don't know what firmware it's using. I know the S19K Pro Slim I had 10 months ago, this thing was running Lux OS. So we'll see what firmware this thing is running in order to, achieve good efficiency. I don't know the specific hash rate that we can achieve. I think it's between like 25, 26 terahash all the way up to like 80 terahash. So, but I'm not planning on running this at 1800 watts. That's probably going to be too much. So let's just let's plug her in. And it's great that there's Ethernet right on this because good for lower latency mining. And we're going to see the power consumption here at whatever levels that we can achieve. And okay, all right, let's see how loud it is as well. Okay, so initial startup, you guys can hear that. It's loud. It's real loud. Okay, now it's quiet. I think initial startup, it is going to be loud. But yeah, now, okay, there's a lot of airflow now that it's quiet. (62, 65 decibels). Yeah, no, it's quiet now. Okay, power consumption. All right, so let me log into the web GUI. Let's just see what it looks like first. Okay, so I'm in the web GUI of the S21 Slim. I like that 805Mining has their logo at the top here, which is really cool. If you click on it, does it go anywhere? No, it doesn't. Okay, anyway, so this is really cool. It's using Vanish firmware. This is one of the first times I'm actually playing around with this firmware, just looking at the web GUI of this. It looks really cool, a lot of different metrics here, and I am solo mining to my own public pool local node here. So yeah, you can see the S21 Slim shows up right here on the pool level. So I've been seeing varying hash rates. It has been on for about an hour. Okay, just to show you guys here, has been on for about an hour. We're achieving between 33, I've seen upwards to 35 terahash on this thing. So it's, yeah, 34 to 35 terahash around there, averaging. But you can see here that the PSU power shows 550 watts at the performance preset of 1650 watt, 97 terahash tuned. So it is tuned. There was an auto tuning essentially going on, and I think it took like 10 minutes or something. But yeah, just looking at the logs. And so there's actually a bunch of different presets you can do on this thing. Once you go to performance, you go to the mining tab, you go to performance, and it's really cool. You can see a lot of different overclock numbers here that you can achieve. We can go up to, you may notice that it shows 1650 watts. It's not actually that because it thinks that there's 3 hash boards, but there's only 1 hash board, as you guys can see. So it's only going to utilize just 1 hash board. So yeah, but anyways, we can go all the way up to like 243 terahash, 4750 watt, which I don't want to achieve on you know, a miner like this. I think it's best to do it at like lower numbers, which I do want to test a few more. But in terms of the power consumption at this tune here, it shows that we're getting a 15.7 joules per terahash, 550 watt PSU in the software. But actually at the wall, I'll show you guys here, we're getting actually 599 watts. And so at 35 terahash, that's going to be a watt per hash of 17.1. Okay, so that's pretty much roughly what a normal S21, actually no, an S21 normally gets, let's see here, 17.5 watt per hash for a S21 normally. S21 Pro low power mode, 17.7, 160 terahash. So it's in the realm of, yeah, the hash rate that we can achieve on this one is, yeah, 35 at 599 watts. That's giving us a 17.1. So a little bit more efficient with this S21 Slim. Link down below if you guys want to see this hash rate efficiency chart. You guys can go link down below if you want to access it. But it's doing better than a lot of other, you know, I say BM1370 chips out there. It does better than the Jingo Miner BTC hash card, does better than the Firmware T3, the Avalon Mini 3. It does on par with the Avalon Q in terms of standard mode. Eco mode, no, the Avalon Q is a tad better on eco mode versus the S21 Slim at this preset. I do want to test out more presets here, but I just wanted to show you guys the web GUI. This is really cool. A lot of cool, you know, metrics and settings that you can do here. Overclocks, cooling, you can change the number of fans. There's only 2 fans, but there's a target temp on here. So really cool, really cool. Okay, so let me go ahead now and just test out a few other, let me test out a few here, and I'll come back and I'll do some numbers and see if the relative, if we go up higher in overclock, that the efficiency stays the same or gets worse. Okay, so be right back. Okay, we're back. So I was testing out the 2750 watt, 162 terahash tune. So essentially we're getting almost 60 terahash. At the pool level, I'm getting 61.7 at my S21 Slim here at the pool level. And yeah, it's pretty nice, actually, pretty efficient. But did the efficiency get better? No, it got a little bit worse, of course, as we're using more power. So at 60 terahash, we're getting, or I'm using at the wall, 1074 watts around there. It did spike up to like 1080, then it went back down. Fluctuates a lot based on the fans, which actually the fan is very loud. I can show you guys here. It's at like 75 decibels. So it did get a lot louder, obviously, because we're using a lot more power and it needs to cool down. So I stopped the testing. I don't think many people who are going to buy this are going to run it at, you know, this tune, 2750. I was going to try balls to the wall, but I don't want to melt it. All right. So I think it's best to run it at these lower, you know, efficiency levels because it takes a lot less power and all that stuff. So I'm just going to reboot it now because, yeah, at that temperature and the fan noise, sorry, it got pretty loud. So yeah, the efficiency went from 17.1 to 17.9 watt per hash. And so it got a little bit worse in efficiency. So, but it was still in the realm of the other S21s, like regular S21s, basically 17, I got 17.7 on low power mode, 17.5 normally on LPM mode there. So depending on the, you can see, depending on the environment, okay, ambient temperature does play the part as well. Okay, I just heard it die down because the fans the fans went down. So it looks like it's going to go back to its 1650 watt, 97 terahash. So I'm about 35 terahash, 600 watts, which I think is pretty good for something like this. 17.1 watt per hash. Now let's just quickly talk about the pricing. So 805Mining has dropped it down to $1,000 for this unit. Now they only have 4 of these. Okay, so there's not that many, but if people are interested, he can make more. And I believe he is going to make a S21 XP Slim. Okay, so the S21 XP could then come down to about, would be down to what, 13.5 watt per hash. Okay, so that would give us another leg down in efficiency. So that would be pretty cool as a home miner, 120 volts. So stay tuned for that. They will, once they have one ready, they'll send me one and I can make a review on that. But $1,000. So what do you guys think about it being at $1,000? Well, there's a bit going into it. I guess there are parts he has to, I guess, you know, cut down from an S21 essentially, and you're taking out the 2 hash boards, putting in the 120 volt capable power supply. So, but what's the dollar per terahash? Well, if we were to compare, let's just go to filter, sort A to Z here. Okay, so we're looking at the dollar per terahash, the S21 Slim at, well, if we do 60, but I'm going to say most people are probably going to run it at the lower preset. So it's going to be, if we were to compare to Avalon Q, the Avalon Q at, let's say, if we compare the eco modes, right? Let's just do apples to apples kind of. They're pretty much on par with each other, $28 per terahash. So the Avalon Q on eco mode, okay, at let's say $1,500, $1,600 shipped for the Avalon Q right now, it's about $29.17 per terahash. So they're pretty much neck and neck in that regard in terms of the dollar per terahash. So I'd say that's pretty competitive. Now, the efficiency though, the efficiency on the Avalon Q is a little bit better at 15.5 watt per hash, but versus the 17.1 for the S21 Slim. So maybe if we, you know, maybe if the price was a little bit better on the S21 Slim, it would be competitive, you know, in line against the efficiency against the eco mode on the Avalon Q, but upfront cost obviously costs a bit more. So depending on which one you like better, let me know down below what you guys think. Okay, guys, let's go back out to the unit. I want to take a look at it again physically. Okay, well, then I love this thing. It looks really cool. I really like the 3D printed here. Actually, the top hat kind of has some design. I don't know if you guys can tell, but Mr. Lukewarm Mining from 805Mining, thank you for saying this to me, man. I do like this thing. It's now at 606 watts, 606.3. So the power usage is going up, but that's because my ambient temperature is rising. It's 88 Fahrenheit here. It is a hotter day now, and so it is getting hot, but I like it. This is a S21 Slim, okay, based off the Bitmain S21s. I know that there's like Bitmain S21 Pros or S21 Pluses, and then of course the S21 XPs. So varying like efficiency levels depending on which model it is, but having one of the hash boards in there, just like this, right? It makes it so that anyone can run one of these at home on, you know, typical 120 volt power, which is honestly, I think this is a really cool idea, you know, comparing it to like big boy Bitcoin miners out there. A lot of people obviously can't run those at home, but for people that want to, you know, get a bit more hash rate, more effective hash rate, then I think this is a great option. Okay, again, if you guys are interested in one of these, check out 805mining.com, link down below. They also sell a bunch of other ASIC miners. If you're interested, feel free to contact them. Okay, my friends, let me know your guys' thoughts. Have a good one. Peace out. Peace out. Wonder if I can change out the fans. Maybe, yeah, but we'll need more airflow. Yeah, maybe that's something I'll try. Maybe I can put like Noctua industrial PPC fans in these. Still storing your crypto on exchanges? That's risky. This is the Red Panda Tangem card. Simple, secure, and built for real self-custody. No seed phrases, no complicated setups. Just tap your card, manage your crypto, and you're in control instantly. Secure chip technology keeps your assets protected, even offline. I've tested a lot of hardware wallets, and this is by far one of the easiest ways to get started. If you want true ownership of your crypto, check out the Red Panda Tangem card below. Simple, secure, self-custody. Use code RPM for another 10% off. Link in the video description below.